Now we're all going to have breakfast for dinner. Delicious, most certainly.
Idea. That was a good call, Pat. I love breakfast.
Yeah,
I do too.
now it's all I'm
Send it
going to
over
be
to
thinking
the
about
guys.
the
I'm
rest
sure
of the
they
day.
have a few comments to add to this conversation.
Yeah, the rest of the day, all I'm going to be thinking about now is pancakes.
Right, already thinking about it.
Not really a weather term.
Yeah, not at all. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Wonder how that's going to go.
Oh, great.
That's your weather word.
Or pancakes? Pancakes. I see
You
it on
can
the
make
screen.
it singular or plural, but I would prefer plural because who just eats one pancake?
Right. Yeah, you can't just eat one. You can't just eat five. Let's be honest. All right. Crib cam right now, clevelandwater.com, showing a nice view from the fish. This is what the fish are view. Well, if they're out of water, they probably should be underwater. But a good view of Cleveland there. Some of the high clouds starting to come overhead. These are streaming off of the southern stream of the jet stream, which is working up through the area. Excuse me, Isabel, as we go through time here, we've got temperatures that will start to cool as that jet stream continues to push further out towards the east. I've got a lot of stats to throw at you. If you're not a stats person, I'm sorry. I just was digging in numbers today. 50s and 60s in February. We're closing the book on February, right? Look at the warmth that we had. 6 days in the 50s, 5 days in the 60s. That just crushes any year going back towards 2018. And some of those days were close to 70 degrees here in the Cleveland area. So as I like to do to start the month, let's get to know the month that's out ahead of us, right? March 1st today, our average high is 42, average low is 27. That's average. We haven't even been close to that. By the end of the month, our average high goes up to 53, average low 35. We do get quite a bit of rainfall in the month of March. 3.06 inches is the average. We average 10 inches of snow, so there's that. And the big thing that you'll notice is we gain 1 hour and 23 minutes of daylight this month. It's the fastest gaining daylight month of the year. And you really, again, start to notice it. In terms of the sunrise and sunset times, today at 7:01 was our sunrise. Our sunset is at 6:17. Look what happens by end of the month. Sunrise stays about the same with that time change. But look at our sunset, 6:50 by the end of the month. We are only 10 days away from 7:30 sunsets here in Northeast Ohio with that time change. How about that? So good things to look forward to. And if you're near the lakeshore, one thing to look forward to in March is the lake breeze. It just ruins any warming that you have whatsoever. Look at the difference. 50 Ashtabula, 48 Cuyahoga County Airport, 54 Elyria. And you see the wind coming off the lake. Remember, the cold air out over the lake, cold air is heavy, dense, it sinks. And when it sinks and it can't go on the ground, it comes out. So that cold air expands when there's not a lot of wind to push it. So you can see where it expands to. Southern areas of Cuyahoga, Geauga County. Meanwhile, we are roasting down in Dover. Akron sitting near 70 degrees. Another look at the statewide look. It's 81 downstate right now. It's near 80 in Cincinnati. Columbus is enjoying a summer-like day. Incredible that we've done this 4 weeks in a row. It's just a little bump in the temperatures. We're going to settle down with some cooler air moving in tonight, so we're not going to expect a warm day tomorrow. It's a weak front that's moving through it. It may even trigger a shower or two here as we go throughout the evening. It's right in here right now. Notice how everything's dry, but we could spark a couple showers out of this again later on this evening. The big picture, though, not a lot going on, at least locally. We have to go down to the desert southwest. This is where another big system is carving its way through the Four Corners region. As this comes out in the Plain States, we've got all this heat. We've got the moisture. This is going to create quite the severe weather outbreak starting tomorrow and then going through Friday, portions of the deep south all the way back towards the southern plains. That will make national news tomorrow with the tornado outbreak expected areas of Oklahoma over towards Tennessee and Texas as well. For us, though, we get rain out of it. National Design Mart hour by hour forecast. You saw that shower chance this evening. Tomorrow's quiet. We'll have clouds and some sunshine. We're going to do that lake breeze all over again. And it's not really a lake breeze tomorrow. It's just a northwest wind. You can see how it brings some late cloudiness in. Temperatures stay in the 30s and 40s along the lakeshore. Meanwhile, down to the south, we're still sitting upper 40s near 50. So not a bad day as you get away from the lake, but quiet tomorrow. Friday's the day that everything starts to move on in. As you're getting your breakfast ready, having a bunch of pancakes, you'll notice the clouds are increasing. Temperatures will be in the 30s, but here comes the rain. Yuck, another Friday with just, well, it's been Thursday's last couple weeks, but another day where we have a soaking rain and temps in the upper 30s. If it's going to be 30s, give me snow, for Pete's sake. This is just nasty. It's going to be a washout on Friday. We're going to stay in the 30s for much of the day. Can't rule out a little bit of rain-snow mix, especially initially as that moves in, as we've been through the last couple weeks. But notice by Friday evening, we bring in that warm air back into the 40s before cold air comes back in. Behind the system, we quiet down. A little bit of lingering moisture around here Saturday. Sunday looks good for your weekend plans as we fast forward to next week. some other kind of system looks to be developing. Do we get snow out of that? Probably not, but most of the snow is going to be off towards the north with the system. Chicago is a real interesting place to watch with this Friday storm. They're either going to end up with 14 inches of snow or 0. The model's all over the place for Chicago. Union Home Mortgage 7-day forecast. We're in the 40s through the duration of the forecast. Notice a little bump on Monday out ahead of that next system. And then we talk a colder pattern. We'll talk more about that tonight at 11. But a colder pattern looks to set up as we really get into the meat of March.
All right.
Hopefully
Good
that
job
meat,
using pancakes, too, by the way.
and hopefully that meat is bacon and sausage.
Yes.
And maple syrup.
I co-sign that.